Hello, everyone. Just making sure that you can hear me. Testing 1, 2.
I can hear you.
Hey, Dr. Ty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. So, just a little recap. A couple of weeks ago, I came on and we talked about, or well, I talked about um, forgiveness, and I was just going off the top of the dome. So, by you being an expert, I know that you would be able to dive in a little deeper than I could ever go. So, can you just introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Dr. Ty Johnson. I'm a psychiatric advanced practice nurse with um, offices in South Jersey. Um, so, if you don't know what a psychiatric advanced practice nurse does, we kind of do therapy and we prescribe meds. So, I prescribe medications for people who have mental health concerns, and then I also do therapy services.
Okay, perfect. So, thank you so much, first of all, for being up at such a late hour. You know, I'm a lurker.
Wow. Um, wow. Yeah, it is. I will admit, people, I'm a little older, so I like to be under the covers at a certain time. My nickname was 10 o'clock Tie for a while.
And that's all good, you know. So, shout out to you. Hey, Arshawn, thank you so much for coming through. Um, so, let me just go through. Okay, so quick question. Did you see the live that I did about forgiveness when I was just talking off the top of my dome?
I did not. I didn't know that you had done a live about forgiveness. I thought that the last video we did was the one where that was on my channel. So I didn't realize that there was one that you had done on forgiveness, but I am more than willing to share my little expertise with my best friend.
Now, are you talking about healing the inner child?
Yeah, the first inner child video that we did. Yes. I didn't realize the one that we did on your channel after the one we did on my channel. So it was kind of like a marathon of a night. It was
Okay, I
about,
think that was before that, but yeah.
okay. Oh, I didn't know that you did one on forgiveness. So I'm going to have to check it out. And now I feel like an ass because I didn't know that my best friend had a video on
I
forgiveness
did.
channel.
I guess I had an episode because I didn't have you around at that night, you know. Okay, so let's get into it. I know you have a bedtime. So as far as the process of forgiveness, how can we begin to like, or where should we start to freely forgive?
Well, the first thing I always suggest to people to do to forgive is first acknowledge their own feelings. Um, Look, somebody hurt you. So you have to recognize those emotions, but not just recognizing those emotions, but understanding where those emotions are coming from. Is if you look at the model of cognitive behavioral therapy, now dang it, now I sound like me. All right, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. All right, I'm not going to do this. All right. Because then my clients get mad at me like, Dr. Ty, cognitive behavior therapy. All right, but if you look at
Perfect. Sound like it. I mean, like you're Dr. Ty. So go in.
if you look at how you look at CBT or REBT, you acknowledge that all of the times your feelings aren't exactly what aren't based on a situation. They're based on what you think happened in a situation. So if you look at like a situation, like if I wish I had a whiteboard, but I don't. So we say there's an activating event, right? Something happens. So how I explain it to my clients is some stuff goes down, right? Then we interpret that quickly, like this, like really quickly, into a belief or a thought. And that immediately goes into a feeling, right? And that goes into like what we do. But here's the thing. A lot of times, those feelings that we are processing aren't based on what actually happened. They're based on our interpretation of the event. So I will give you an example, right? We're out, say that you and I are out in walking down the street one day, right? And some dude walks up to us and is like, hey, ladies, you looking real thick over there, girl. And you're like, thank you. I'm embracing my fluff. And I'm like, no, this MFer didn't call me fat. He didn't say that there was anything about fluffy, and he didn't call me fat. It's all based on our interpretations on what happened. So I'm all butthurt and upset. Instead of embracing what this man has said to me, I'm all butthurt and upset about it. So you have to acknowledge your feelings and figure out where they're coming from. So I always say, like, when you're looking at the REBT model or the CBT model, you're asking yourself, where are those feelings coming from? So one of the techniques I teach my clients in session is the stop technique. And this kind of like just goes with like dealing with almost any situation. The STOPP method. It's old and it's a tried and true oldie but goodie. S is for stop, literally stop. T, take a Provi inhale. O, observe what you're reacting to. P, pull back in perspective. Like what I mean by that is, remember when we worked at the Big C and we worked in the ED back in the day, and there was the helicopter pad. And I always teach my clients, if you're looking at the helicopter pad, if you're standing in the middle of the H, can you tell that you're standing in the middle of an H? Not really. When the helicopter takes off, those people can see that it's an H. And that's pulling back and taking perspective. And then the other P is practice what works. So let's look at the situation again with old boy coming up saying, yo, ladies, you looking, thick and good and everything like that. Instead of me snapping like that, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a breath. What am I reacting to? What am I, what am I saying to myself? What am I reacting to? What is that O? Am I reacting to someone saying, oh, well, making a joke about something back in the day? Or am I reacting to what he's actually saying to me? First P, pulling back, taking a perspective of the entire situation. And then the second is practice what works. Thank you very much. And then walking away. Another thing you can do is put yourself in the other person's shoes. So maybe old boy didn't mean to hurt my feelings. Old boy was just trying to give me some, some blessings. And I'm like, oh no. So I need to put my shoes into his, put my feet in his shoes and be like, you know what? You were dead wrong, Ty. Come on now. You knew better than that.
Self.
Are you saying self to me or
you? Like when you were saying Ty.
Yeah. I was saying, see, Ty. Like, yeah, I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry, people. I keep forgetting when Ty and I are having a conversation, because I'm looking at this like a conversation between the two of us, and I don't usually have to explain to the world what Ty I'm talking about, because it's usually just the two of us. Um, honestly, the another thing that I tell my client to do is to have an open line of communication. Maybe this time old boy said that to me and I'm like, you know what, son, I'm sorry. You hurt my feelings. I you hurt my feelings. I didn't appreciate how you came up to me. I didn't, if you, especially if you have a relationship with a person,
Mhm.
um, you have that open, honest communication with them. Ty Libra, if you hurt my feelings, I would I would be
Thank
able
you.
to have that conversation with you. But here's
Mhm.
the thing. Here's something that we don't often say in our community. No one has the power to hurt you unless you give them that power. So who
Mm.
are you giving that power to hurt you? That's something that we need to look at in our community. Like, who are we giving that power to hurt each other? Who is it that we're giving that power to? Because I have a ton of clients who are just like, he hurt my feelings. Who?
Mhm.
The dude
Mhm.
at Starbucks. He didn't spell my name with two E's. He hurt my feelings. I'm so sorry. But really, how, does he know you? Does he know that you spell your name Riley with two E's? No. How would he know that? Did you stand there and say it's Reilieghe? What? No, you didn't do that. Ma'am, sit down and take 1,000 seats because we don't have time for this. But remember that at the end of the day, people can only hurt you if you give them the power to do so. To do so.
Absolutely.
Um, and this is what I do. I tell my clients another thing. Like if you're seeing me as a client, which if you were seeing me for a client, then I wouldn't say seek support because you're already seeing me. But anyone out there who's listening to this, get some support. Build your tribe, build your community. If everybody can't, everybody does. And I live in America. I fight prior authorizations all the time with insurance companies, so I know that everyone does not have insurance. I get it. I understand it. But do you have a tribe? Do you have a friend to talk to? Can you dial the 988 crisis line if you're in crisis? Who can you talk to help with this situation? This is how we learn how to teach ourselves how to forgive. One, and I'll do two more. Um, Set boundaries. Now, often we don't set boundaries in our lives. Often we have a problem with saying no. We have a problem doing this. We have a problem doing that. We have so many problems with, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this at work, at home, at school, in church, here, there, everywhere, constantly saying yes to people. No, set boundaries and learn to say no. Because I guarantee you, if you wasn't so tired, you wouldn't have your feelings getting hurt. And then the final one I'll say tonight is to practice self compassion. Um, I don't know how many times it has been where I haven't been able to forgive myself. Um, Something happens and I'm like, oh man, just offer yourself some grace, people. Like it's hard to do, but it's something that's necessary. So that was of the prepared information when you told me about an hour ago we'd be talking about forgiveness, that I came up with. So do you have any questions for me?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming up at such a last minute time. Even though we had like a 90-minute rant and cackle
Well, the
before.
rant and cackle needed to happen before anything can go down.
Absolutely. So okay, so let me see. So is it okay to okay, so do you still need to engage with a person to that you have forgiven, or can you just still um sever ties with them?
if a person doesn't bring anything to the table, get up and walk away from them. I'm never going to tell people that, oh, well, you need to keep a relationship with this person because of X, Y, and Z. Get up and walk away from them. That's the problem that so many of my adult clients have with their adult children. If your adult child has decided to go no contact with you, obviously there's a problem.
Okay, so I have another question. So if you forgive someone, does it give them like a clean slate, or can you just still move on without them?
I mean, you can forgive a person and like move on without them or move on with them, like continue the relationship how it was, or are you saying like just continue walking down the street and walk on by each time you speak, just walk on by, or what are you saying?
Hold on, repeat your question again.
You don't remember the song, if you see me walking down the street, walk on by, just walk
Wait a
on by?
minute. Okay, when I heard you say walk on by, yes, that's what I'm referring to. Yes.
So basically, I told you this is going to turn into a tie and tie conversation, and this is not good. All right, I got to put on my Dr. Tie hat. Hold on. All right. So you don't have to keep open communication with a person who you've forgiven, but you might not have forgotten what happened. The person might have been dead wrong. They could have, and I mean, should you forget if you were molested as a child? You might have forgiven
Oh.
your uncle Tom for molesting you, but that doesn't mean you have to forget that he molested you.
Mm. Okay, that's a really deep dive right there. So in that case, we don't still need to engage with people that we forgive.
No, you
Just
don't.
because we're a forgiving person doesn't mean that we still need to engage with them, correct?
No, I you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I tell people all the time, you don't have to do what I say do. I ain't got a heaven or a hell to put you in.
Oh. See, that's a whole nother discussion right there. um so let me see, looking through my notes here.
Hold up. Why I gotta be Dr. 10 o'clock tie?
That's Arshawn with his petty boots. Because he's a lurker just like I am, that's all.
I can't help it that some of us are, have a bedtime, very strict schedules.
No, but back in the day, Ty with an E did not have a bedtime.
No,
That's
I did
all.
back in the day. I'm just a little older now.
And we have Yella from Chicago that came and stopped by. I don't know if he's still here or not, but yeah, he stopped in too. Shout out to Yella. Thank you so much for coming through. Oh, Arshawn is still here. What he say? Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna have to charge for that, Arshawn. That's gonna come with a cost. Okay. TNT. I like that. So okay, Ty. Um so when we forgive each other, it's okay to move on without having to engage with that person. And
Absolutely.
also, it depends on what the person did, right?
They could have stepped on your brand new Jordans. It does not matter if you've forgiven them and decided you were walking by, you're gonna walk on by. Like, you don't have to engage with people. It could be silly to you, but to a sneakerhead, if you stood in line for 2 hours on Saturday waiting for some new sneakers, and I walk by and I scuff them, you ain't gotta speak to me no more, because I'm like, I'm sure, but though if I scuff somebody's brand new sneakers, they'd slap me. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, I had to mute myself because that analogy was wonderful. It was right on point, as always. You always come through, and let me see. It is 10:39 and it is super late for you, so I don't want to hold you. Tell Stephen, tell Mr. I said thank you for allowing for you to go
Mr.
9 minutes past the time.
Mr. comes to bed at 11.
Oh, tell Mr. I said that we appreciate for him to allow for you to prepare for bed before he come upstairs at 11 p.m. I'm just saying, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Mister. We appreciate you.
Mr. But act like he got some set. Why does Arshawn want people to forgive his debt? I guarantee you, I got more debt than you. I don't need your forgiveness. These people in the comments here, I don't know. I've wow. Okay.
What I love is that we have chocolate men in the chat. Shout out to y'all. We have Yellow. We have Arshawn, the body. Oh, he can do a mean body roll. I wish you could see it.
I think I'm good. I don't know if I can handle a mean body roll at my age.
Can Steve do a mean body roll? Well, he Puerto Rican.
Mr. is not the body rolling type. I don't know if it's because he's Puerto Rican, but he's not the body rolling type.
Yes, Arshawn, you're absolute. Listen, Arshawn knows the rules. It gets silly and delirium after 10 p.m. And Ty knows that too because we have cackled about a lady hanging from. What was she hanging from, Ty? You know it.
See, we're not going to talk about the helicopter lady.
Oh, you don't want to talk that? You don't want to talk about that? Now,
no.
See, what I should have done was taken that clip and put that on here because I know that's what does
that it. Would have at that point that would have set me to bed. That would have been no.
No. That is where we would have gone left.
I'm sorry, sir. What does 3/4 crazy mean?
Hold on, which one said that? Let me see.
Yellow pill coffee.
Yellow. Chicago in the building. Love Child, shout out to you, Love Child. Oh, hold on. Yellow's trying to say that we 3/4 crazy, but yeah, we do have crazy, conversations that are a little. I would say, okay, Ty, hold on. This ain't okay. Turn off Dr. Ty, please. Okay. So they understand my level, and they also have an equal, if not worse, level of madness. Candid Ann, hi, babes. Candid is Candid is a nurse. She is a nurse.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Shout out to Candid. And so, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. So you know what? I don't want to even. I'm rereading what Yella said. Dr. Ty, don't mind us. Okay, so he's just talking about he and Arshawn.
Yeah, apparently they are 3/4 crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a calculator and like really calculate like what is going on with that.
I don't know what that means.
That they're crazy.
They are crazy with a capital K then.
Ooh. Okay. So do you think they would maybe need like a little evaluation?
I don't know. Like honestly, I don't use the word crazy with my clients. Even though one of my clients said I'm her crazy doctor. Yeah. That's what she told me to go see my crazy doctor.
But you're in high demand clearly. So, we appreciate you and we appreciate all that you do.
Nah, it's all right. It's just, it's what we do.
Stop it. Yeah, so Thank y'all so much for coming through. We will definitely be coming back with another part 3 of forgiveness. And it will not be coming off the top of my head. Also, it will be coming off the top of Dr. Ty. So make sure that you subscribe to her channel. I will drop her channel in the chat again. So thank y'all so much for coming through. Ty, do you have any final words about forgiveness or anything?
Um, it's not about forgiveness, it's about loving yourself. Because
Mm.
like honestly, I find that a lot of people don't love themselves. Like you'd be surprised of how many times I'm in session with a person and I'm like, "Do you love yourself?" And they're like, "No." So, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to project that love onto someone else? Because you don't even know what it's like to love yourself. But if you want to do from forgiveness, something about forgiveness, I guess, uh, um, I guess you can write the person a letter and forgive them that way. You don't have to mail the like this is like one of the things I do with my clients is like um, writing a person a letter um, when you lose a grief letter, but you can phrase it up and be a forgiveness letter. And the reason I have my clients write a grief letter is sometimes you're not able to say what you want to say to that person. So you can write down all of your feelings, everything that you wanted to say to them. Um, you can burn it, you can rip it up, you can do what you want to do. I shared with you that I wrote a grief letter to my husband um, when he passed away, and it was very healing. It was one of the things that, yes, those people who work in mental health do see mental health practitioners. So I suggest, if you can, you do. Um, Writing that letter of goodbye really helped me to work on the process of grief. And if you're writing that forgiveness letter to that person, it's allowing you to get the words out of what you need to say to them.
Wow,
Oh,
Ty, that's very powerful.
one more.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. And this is one and I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there who this has happened to. Um, you focus on the present. You can't bring up old stuff. You can't if you've decided that you're gonna like forgive someone and have this conversation with them. You can't bring up something that happened 30 years ago. Please don't do that. If you're in a conversation with someone and you guys have decided you're going to forgive each other and work things out, you focus on what's happening now in the present. You can't bring up something that happened 8 years ago. It can't be you left the toilet seat up 8 years ago and then he's like, oh well, you stirred my coffee wrong 12 years ago. You can't do that. Like he said, every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
But some of us don't get off of work till 8 o'clock at night.
Some of us don't, so but we can make some things happen, right?
So
We'll talk about this
I gotta talk
offline.
to my boss and ask my boss if I can have off earlier.
Ty, stop it. You're your boss. You're the boss. Stop it. Stop. Stop playing. Uh I can't stand you. See, I'm gonna be serious. And you look, look, I'm sitting up here all dark face, like Linda, like, I got
Wait,
my
you
lips
did not
pursed,
say
like
you did not say you did not have a purse lip like Cheryl.
I
No.
say like Linda.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
No, hold on. I can't give Mama Cheryl's lip purse though, too.
I don't. I think I need. That's what we need to do is to make that a meme.
Them dabbing, Mama Cheryl dabbing. We got to do that.
We got to do that.
We
Yes.
gotta do that. God rest her soul. Mama Cheryl is Ty's mother, her late mother, who passed, and we went on a cruise, a week-long cruise to Bermuda, beautiful Bermuda, uh, and
That was our last cruise, Ty.
it was, it
Yeah, we've
was.
done a few things since, but we haven't done a cruise.
I know. Yeah, we got to do it again. You know, to escape. Look, we got to go on a breakaway
I
because
mean,
I think I was divorced because of the breakaway. Thanks a lot, Ty. Appreciate it.
I didn't realize that picking the name of the cruise ship was going to I'd been on. Well, I haven't been on that cruise ship since because they acted
No, but
darn.
no, you see how that hurricane tossed it around like a Tonka toy. But yeah, I was told that, by me going on the breakaway, that was a sign. Mm.
Well, it
God bless
was.
these people.
It was.
God, it was.
Fine.
Which is why I banked up my coin. But to God be the glory. So thank you so much for. Hold on, wait. Why is Arshawn crying? What? Are you okay?
Purple crying.
Well, no, that's the emoji from YouTube.
Oh, okay. So
You gotta look in the comment, like in StreamYard. Um, look, okay, he's bargaining. Arshawn is bargaining. Okay, Arshawn, you pushing it. You said 9. Ooh, I don't know, Mister. If ooh,
you know, Mister might have a fit 5 days a week. Mister
ooh,
would. Woo!
mm.
Well,
We don't
now
want no problems.
we could get through it during what is that the robot show time.
Okay, Lord. Okay, look. Okay, so you need to record the robot shows, right, and distract him to stay the hell downstairs for that time to watch the robots fight. And then, okay, Arshawn said that he only needs 30 minutes, right?
I don't think
So
Arshawn can handle us for 30 minutes.
Arshawn does like 3, 4, 5 hours. He'd be ready. I would like for him to join us one
Wait,
time, one of
wait.
our shows. Yeah.
Okay, I have to back up. What
What?
3, 4, 5 hours? Like,
He's a minister.
but no. That's not the question I have.
What?
Like, am I like? I'm just trying to put like to quantify my like. I work like 10, 12 hour days.
No,
How on
I
earth?
know, but no, we're lurkers. We lurk. We're late night, twilight hours.
We've talked about this, but
Okay. So what you'll have to do is take a nap after your last client at 8 p.m. and then get back up with your glow sticks, later on in the night. Does that work? We'll talk about it.
hmm I'm liable to take a nap and that nap still be happening. You and I
I
both
know
know
your
what
nap.
happened.
I know how your naps go. It's all good. It's all good.
You
It's
know
all
what
good.
happened
So,
on Sunday.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So, thank you so much for joining me on a whim. I mean, all love. I appreciate all the love, everything. Um, you made my night come true. Uh, so I gotta go back downstairs and you know, rest.
He
Oh,
did
Arshawn is saying make time for us, us peasants, us,
you know what? You
withering
don't stop
people,
it.
us feeble-minded. Please,
Don't stop it.
you know, you got the juice.
Apparently, my juice is somebody's texting me for meds. So
Oh Lord, have mercy. Hold on. See, and this is why. This is exactly why I wanted to smack your phone out your hand when you brought your work phone on the cruise. Like, no, you told them people, don't ask me for nothing. If you need something refilled, you got a deadline, and otherwise, I'm going to be off the radar.
Ty,
However,
this is
Hold on.
a family member.
Ty with an E is such a loving person until she would sneak up in the late night hour on the cruise and be up there typing up scripts and stuff when she said she wasn't going to do it, but she still did. This is how much that she loves her job. She loves her patients, and she has a true passion for what she does in her career. And that's why I commend her and all of her success and her growth. And, I'm cheering. I'm her cheerleader on the side.
But Ty, without the E, was yelling at me every time she saw that laptop come out.
Huh? As I should. I mean, as I should. We had made a pact.
Every vacation. You know I need that time to get the work done.
I know. I get it. That's what happens when your boss is nice.
I know. My boss is awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's how it be.
She bought me a Mac. I love her.
Okay, y'all. So as for me, for $2, just a tender amount, $2, I can maybe get a Mac for next year. Hold on, where's my ticker? Why is that just sitting there on the screen like that? I don't like that. So yeah, just for a tender $2. I know by June of 2025 we can make that goal. So I'm just going to let that flash across the screen for a second. But either way, thank you so much, Dr. Ty, for coming through. I appreciate you so much. And sweet dreams. And we will definitely be back. I want more feedback from you guys, our viewers. Please, I put Ty's information in the chat, and I will also add it in the description box of this live. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will be back later. We'll be back soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
My appetite, don't leave me here high and dry.